All right, welcome back to another chilling episode of Exit the Norm. I'll be your host, Jeff.
Jeff Jr.
Not Jeff.
Today we're in Ossipee, New Hampshire, and after a few wrong turns, we finally made it here to Archer's Pond.
So today we're gonna hike down this trail, get down to the pond, and maybe tell you a few ghost stories because this pond is allegedly haunted.
All right, but before we go down there, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe for us.
And hopefully you'll learn something.
Archer's Pond here in Ossipee, New Hampshire is a relatively hidden water feature that has an interesting history. Now, like a lot of ponds and lakes here in the state, Archer's Pond sees its regular share of recreational boaters, fishermen, and other outdoor enthusiasts. However, there's another group of people who also seem to seek out what Archer's Pond has to offer. Now, these people aren't looking to score a big fish or enjoy a day out on the water. No, these people are looking for ghosts, or evidence of other paranormal activity here at the pond, because it's reported that this area is extremely haunted. Now, the pond is known as Archer's Pond, which is probably a reference to archers, with bows and arrows, but people claim it's named after a man named Archer who fell through the ice and was never found. Now, this story is just one of many that give this place its supernatural reputation. Now, the majority of the stories about the pond date back a number of years, but some of the most sinister seem to come from the last few decades at least. Now, it seems as if these stories about Archer's Pond have evolved and continue to evolve as more and more people come here and claim to have seen something during their visit. So we took a walk down the trail to see the pond for ourselves and maybe catch something while we were there.
So there are a lot of rumors of why Archer's Pond is haunted. One of the rumors, however, is that a man named Archie actually killed all of the villagers surrounding Archer's Pond and threw him into the pond. He then hung himself with a rope outside of his house. The rope's actually still there on the property till this day, and it's said his apparition still roams the pond carrying a shotgun.
Now, there's some other stories and rumors about this place online, and even some locals swear that something's just not right out here on the pond. Now, most of the stories sound made up, and after looking into them, they really have no basis in reality. However, there is some truth to the mystique of Archer's Pond. Another story about this area actually took place back in the 50s. So the story goes that a bunch of local residents drove out here and parked their car on a bridge fairly close to the pond. And when they were parked there, their car started shaking violently and they all freaked out and ran away. So a lot of people now think that there's some sort of creature or creatures that live in the woods here. Now, the only story that really makes sense dates back to the early 1800s. It was during this time that a number of local residents died from a smallpox outbreak. Now their bodies were then buried out here near the pond, far away from the residents to avoid further infection. This was the usual practice for dealing with victims of the sickness at the time. So add the notion of dozens of people buried in a remote location, and you have the beginnings of a pretty great ghost story. Other stories include a tragic tale of star-crossed lovers who can still be seen embracing each other on the banks of the pond. Now, some people claim that they see lanterns in the woods at night or have heard strange voices and other sounds deep in the woods. Heck, some people even think that Bigfoot lives out here. Now, the variety of stories seems to be endless. People really want something to be here, but we just aren't sure that it's true. So if you've experienced anything strange or unusual out here at Archer's Pond, let us know. Or if any of you out there are paranormal investigators and you want to take old Jeff and not Jeff out for investigation, let us know down in the comments. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this latest episode of Exit the Norm.
If you haven't already, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know in the comments if you think this pond is haunted.
See you later.
Bye!
Yeah.